Ever want to know the difference between radio and TV production? Well, here's your chance now to learn the difference between the two. I have interviewed 5 professionals on radio and TV production. They all worked in both fields, and I interviewed professional personalities and professional news anchors, and also professors that used to work in the work field of radio and TV production. I hope they teach you something, and I hope you feel the great experience that I have by interviewing them. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you learn something from them. Enjoy my documentary.
My name is Kevin Holmes. I'm the evening anchor for WJCL Television here in Savannah, Georgia, the ABC affiliate. I always say, as cliche as it may sound, I didn't choose this profession, it kind of chose me. I went to college to be a stockbroker, and I really wanted to be a stockbroker. I thought that was my career path. And after a few classes in college, I said, whoa, I need to figure out a new career path. And I really had no clue what it is I wanted to do. I played football in college, and so it took a lot of my time first semester. Second semester, I'm broke, and I'm looking for a job. So it just so happens that one of the coaches also worked at one of the cable access stations in town. So just for me to make some money, I started running a camera. And I was a cameraman, and I started punching buttons at city council meetings. And one thing led to another. From there, it led to, hey, we need somebody to write up some stuff. I can only imagine. There's so much more to it when it comes to things as simple as drops. I don't have to worry about doing something like that in television. I had to worry about that when I ran the college radio station. I had to worry about getting people to do their shifts. I had to worry about people who were entertaining. I had to worry about, this is on a collegiate level, but it was filling those time slots are much more difficult than you can imagine, as opposed to television. Where I think the hardest task is something people take for granted.
Your home of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, E93 with Tory Lanez checking in, saying, hope that you have a great Easter weekend. I'm your big dog, Kenya Kabine. It's an American tradition that captures the focus of millions of fans a year. My name is Kenya Kabine. I've been doing radio for the past 20 years now. And I am currently the afternoon drive personality on E93 here in Savannah. I did radio because everybody told me that I had a real good voice. Everybody said that I spoke well, and that, people, they could hear me walking all down the hall. I'd be like in Kennedy, and people, they'd be like, dang, Kenya, we can hear your voice all the way through the hallway from one side to the other side. So people always told me that I spoke well, and so that's why I ended up getting into radio. I feel like they're different because TV is TV and radio is radio, and they're both different. Even though it's mass communications and it's the communications field, radio production is just basically copying and pasting and finding music beds and putting music under our commercials and our spots and adding special effects and stuff like that. Television production, you have to use graphics, so that's what's gonna make them different.
Noisy as we finish the evening. Now to track this, let's go all the way to the coast. We'll get showers and perhaps some rumbles of thunder on the coast. My name is Jeff Kirk, and I am the chief meteorologist here at WJCL. I've been here since June of 2000, and I've been doing weather on television since 1994, so about 22 years. I never pictured myself doing television weather, but when I was a senior in college, I decided to do an internship at a TV station in Greenville, South Carolina, and worked with someone there, and it worked out. I made a tape, and then an opportunity came up for a weekend job not too far away, and I got the job, and and it's been downhill ever since. In radio, you're really describing everything. They have to formulate a picture about what you're describing, whereas when you're doing television, the pictures are up there, so you presume that they know, they can see a little bit about what you're talking about. You want to add something extra to what they're seeing in those pictures.
It's good and your boss comes down on you, you know there's a problem, right? But if your boss comes down on you because it's not good, then you know it's not good, correct? Okay, that's something I want you guys to always be honest with yourself about in the class and out of the class.
It's the latest from Anthony Hamilton and Amen on Magic 103.9. I'm Kate Michelle, your Midday Diva on the way. I've got 50 minutes of non-stop music, and I'm going to kick it all off. It's Kate Michelle, the Midday Diva. I'm a radio personality here at Magic 103.9. Well, I started radio when I was in 12th grade. My senior year was my senior year intern. I worked at American Forces Network. I used to live in Germany. And so that was my senior year intern, working at a radio station, working at a TV station. They're kind of like almost the same, I think, because like even in radio production, you're just taking like information, put it together. The only thing about radio, the difference between radio and television production is, of course, television production is visual, and radio production is not. So you got to hear it, but you know, you got to take some elements and put them together to make something.
My name is Tracy Haynes, and I am a journalism and mass comm instructor at Savannah State University. I spent 25 years in television news reporting and anchoring, also some production. Before that, I spent 10 years in radio. It sounds hard, but I started when I was 14. So on-air radio, okay, so as a radio DJ or announcer. I started in radio when I was 14, when I was, honestly, I was in the 8th grade. And I went all the way through high school, all the way through Shorter College as a senior. I graduated in 1988, and so I stopped radio in 88, and I came to Savannah in 1988 for my first TV news reporting job. So I made the decision to switch to TV while I was a senior in college. Production is different because for television production, in radio production, you have to be well acquainted with audio equipment, and techniques for radio. They're a little bit different. You have to know when to pot the sound up, when to pot it down, how to lay music on top of voice tracks and stuff like that. It's different in television. In television, you're dealing with video, and you hardly ever deal with just audio. It's almost always audio with video, and so it's a different skill set. But if you're good at radio, you can usually make the jump to TV.